What you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you? Tell me what you wanna do, what you gonna do.
Florida man standing in his sunroof while driving his Cadillac down I-40.
What you gonna do, what you gonna do when they come for you?
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. The Raina Creole, of course, keeping it real when it comes to pop culture and sci-fi analysis and theme parks. But overall, this is a Welcome to Florida show, the show where we have fun, laughing, cringing, feeling good about our life choices, but also learning about the second craziest state in the Union, a state territory, again, that my family has lived in ever since 1565. So we've got so much to talk about in the show tonight. Of course, we've got the funny memes. Of course, we'll have a video or two, depending on how you guys voted, and the big story, of course, continuing with our Gilded Age series. We're going to be talking about Julia Tuttle, who is the mother of the city of Miami. Miami would not exist whatsoever without her. So we're going to be talking about her as well. So let's see. I see you guys starting to filter in between YouTube, between X, and also over on Tom's channel. Tom, one of my wrenches. How you doing, Tom?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. The air conditioner has not conked out. Been praying over it.
Ooh.
It is, man, you go outside and it is August in Florida. Just hot, oven, sticky, and
yeah,
it's time to come to Florida on vacation, but when you don't have a choice, everybody's going down there.
It's one of those things where it's like it's like, oh, you're not sweating yet? Open the door for 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Go outside and it's like, yeah, the sun's trying to kill me, the humidity's trying to kill me, the car is like an oven, you can make cookies on it, but hang in there, folks. We got about maybe 2 months of this, and then it'll gradually start to cool down. And by October, it'll be like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, when you got to figure out. It's like when the lizards try to get in the house to cool off, it's hot.
Yeah. And they will sneak in your house down here, folks. They don't care. Open door, boom, they go. Unless you've got cats like mine.
Or dogs.
Just like, or dogs.
But they still sneak in and then they crap themselves and they leave their wiggling tail all over the place.
Yeah. Or
and then, the dogs are looking at it like, do I bite it? Do I not?
Professor X left one on its back and its neck sack was still inflating. I'm like, that's brutal. So darn brutal. Oh, man. Well, you guys are definitely not brutal. So glad you guys are here. I see you starting to filter on into the chat. So before we get started, let's go through. Let's see who is in the chat here. First of all, props to wait. Before I get to you. First of all, thank you so much, Scott Westbrook, for gifting those 10 The Raina Creole memberships. I sure do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Let me hit you up Miami style.
Shake your thing, baby. Shake your thing, baby. Shake your thing, baby. Pop that thing, baby. Pop.
True story. A bee landed on like my rearview mirror and was actually doing that. Because that's how they communicate with other bees. I'm just like, dude, what? Okay, this bee is twerking in my rearview mirror. All right.
He's like, hey, this chick hasn't cleaned up the friggin' pollen off the car. Come get it.
Oh, thank you so much, Scott, for gifting those 10 memberships. You are so awesome. helping out so many channels, especially my little channel. If you got gifted a membership from Scott Westbrook, one, please do tell him thank you very, very much. And two, remember that the memberships last for 30 days. So keep that in mind. I'll be announcing pretty soon what the movie club, movie choice is going to be. And I think you guys are really, really, really going to like it because it's going to be courtesy of whoever the subscriber who sent me a DVD copy of the Battlestar Galactica movie, the OG Battlestar Galactica movie, and a copy of Ghost Rider. Thank you. I love those.
I have Ghost Rider, but I might need to borrow that disc off you for the Battlestar because I'll burn that to my DV at my collection.
Yeah, I have to burn both of those to my media server.
You still got to borrow the Song of the South. I have.
Yes, I do. I need that too. Because I need that closed captioning on it too. And the Major, who's been a member, oh my gosh, for 39 months. I definitely have to hit you up with something here.
Catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding.
Yeah, that's an Egret. They are gangster about going after prey, and they'll go after whatever you've got. And you've gone out fishing, so you got to protect your catch because they will come in there and they will snatch it. That's why they hang out at SeaWorld.
Oh yeah,
they hang out. They know that the killer whales get fish. They go down and get fish too. And if you go to feed the seals, there's signs there that tell you got to throw that food to the seals right quick because egrets they know they'll try to snatch it. That's why the seals are so aggressive when they know you have food. Yeah, it's crazy down here. All right, so let's see who else we have. We have Snortopoopas Cuber in here, the polar bear from Pinellas County. So welcome. Glad to see you, my dear. One of my amazing wrenches, along with Tom here. Let's see. We have got Nita in the chat. Hello, my dear. So good to see you. Another one of our Floridian subscribers who has deep roots here in Florida. Says Julia was one tough cookie, very strong and smart woman. She lost something like 8 of her 10 or 11 children. They are all buried in the historic Miami City Cemetery walls. Though, yeah, that infant mortality is something that people don't realize used to be a regular thing. It was just so sad. And about 15 years ago, they were going to allow a skate park to be built next to the historic cemetery where Tuttle and all historic Miami are buried. Kids were already skateboarding there. And the kids were grinding on that. See, I don't like that. As somebody who, one of my things that I like to do is when I go and visit ancestor burial sites, some of the headstones have just this beautiful stonework that's done in it. So much so that there's signs up in Cape Cod basically says no rubbing. I'm like, dang it.
They might mean that a different way.
Yeah, they do. I'm like, yeah, y'all could have worded that a bit better than you did, but you're kind of like, well, why would people want to do that? Well, let's just say a lot more artistry is involved. So it's like, wow, this is a headstone. So yeah, I don't like that. I don't like graves being desecrated. It's just definitely not a cool thing to do. Let's see. We have got Lottie Holcomb in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Says howdy, folks. Howdy, hi there, and hello to you. And we have Linda F here in the chat. Always good to see you, Mir, my dear. Says hello, Lorena, panel, and everyone in the chat.
She follows me everywhere. It's like I live
She
with her or
does?
something. I don't understand it.
Well, she is Tom's better half, and she's absolutely amazing. Can't wait to hang out with you again, my dear. And let's see, we have got Mark Daly who says, greetings from the capital of Florida, aka South Georgia. Yes, indeed. I've only been there a couple of times. Of all the places, Jasper, Florida. I really am in no hurry to go back there. I went there for a family reunion, and you ever see the sitcoms where the family from like the Northeast, you go to a family reunion of a lot of your hick relatives? That's what it was like.
I'm not going to say anything because some of my family might be watching, so I'm not saying a word.
I shouldn't say hick. I'll say very country, but it's
Well, they're New Jersey rednecks, so they're a little
Say
bit
no more.
different.
Say no more. Say no more. And good seeing you there, Scott. Let's see. We have got Dylan Soup here as well. Says, hey, Lorena in chat. Hello, 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 hello. We have got Aiken here in the chat from down under. So good to see you, my dear. Saying hi to Snortopoopas. Haven't seen you in a while, Aiken. And also haven't seen the fierce, apathetic Black Queen in a while, too. Says, yo. And I see that dragon. You know, I love dragons. I love dragons. Hope you're doing good, my dear. So good seeing you. Let's see who else we have got here in the chat. We have got, let's see, John the Beagle Dad. I see you. I see you. Says Lorena Creo. When they drain the River of America, or whatever it's called, what does Disney do with the wildlife? That's a good question. I think they chase it out. And
They're going to chase out the fish.
Yeah, they're not gonna chase out the fish. So I have zero idea what they're doing, which is probably why they have that wall up there to cover what's going on. Because remember, every time we would go, I mean, that place has been there since like 1968. All right, because they had to actually create it and dredge it and everything. And how many times have we gone over that way and you see all of the fish and the birds and everything else that's over there? So yeah, I'd like to know what they're doing. And I really would like to know, where are those crazy enviro wankery people who are always protesting stuff like the Delta smelt? Where are they? Cricket.
That's a good question.
Because I don't see how they can get away with that. In the
Are they on Greta Thunberg's plane, maybe? Probably.
Either way, yeah, we see you. We'll see you. But I honestly think that's another reason why they have that wall up there, because they have not answered that question. They just told the South Florida Water Management District, we'll offset the environmental impact with credits, with additional environmental credits. It's like, what the heck does that mean? Yeah, they're basically saying we're going to destroy the environment here, but we're going to do other improvements to the environment.
Are you going to clean up half of Orlando? I think not.
Yeah. So yeah. Don't tell me about conservation. No.
Well,
no.
We know Kennedy is a big conservation, and it's a wildlife center. They can launch rockets and they keep things nice, and they haven't destroyed anything without, okay, Disney, really?
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's the government. Think about that for a second.
Yeah, I know. Remember when they had the well, the Eagles are still there, but
Well, they're
we used
thriving.
to have the Eagle Cam up there, and that was like a big deal. We're trying to see how the Eagles are, if they did hatch some new eaglets and
Oh, they're around.
like
I
that.
got some in my backyard sometimes.
Ow. That was just the coolest thing to go. That was the thing, seeing how the Eagles were doing. Hey, Dance Life at the Kingdom said, "Good evening, guys. What else is new with Floridians?" Well, I didn't know fall was coming until I walked into Michael's and saw the Halloween stuff. I'm like,
Eh,
really? Well, if you're a crafter, you have to get a head start on this stuff. So I kind of get that. Erica had to explain that to me. But let's just put it this way: it is weird when it's like 100 degrees outside and you walk into the craft store and there's nothing but Halloween stuff up in your face.
At least you're not getting handed pumpkin spice lattes yet.
That's coming.
Don't remind me.
I'm just like, unless that's a cold brew, I don't want it. Which reminds me, as soon as Gideon's puts out their, I think it starts in September. I think September. I think that's when they're gonna have the pumpkin spice cold brew.
Weren't we supposed to go try some kind of weird cold brew at Gideon's together? We were supposed to
Yeah,
do that. I forgot what it was.
yeah, we were. I forgot that. And it's the first, yeah, it's the beginning of the month too. Yeah, we're gonna have to go down there. We're gonna have to go down there because they're gonna be start putting out all the Halloween merchandise and stuff down there too. So yeah, cold brew is amazing. So all those girls in Miami are just trying to communicate with me. Hey CJ, the short answer is yes. I'm not kidding. They don't call it Miami booty music for nothing. I'll leave it at that. Hey, Darth Plato, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Dad Man, how you doing, my dear? Praying for your mom. This is Hail from the greatest state in the union, dropping by to say hi, tuning in early. Well, good to see you, my dear. And original Battlestar Galactica, yes. Oh, which reminds me, they have Battlestar Galactica merch over at Universal Orlando. Yep.
Oh yeah, I thought I saw a Cylon shirt one time. I had to stop and take a double, take.
Yeah, Cylon shirt. They've got like a zip up, quarter zip up for that. Yeah, there's Battlestar merchandise over there. Something else. Santos Felicitas, good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see. Oh, so many member chats in here. It's awesome. Tom F says, I made it a year. Woo, I hit the likes. Yes, yes, yes.
That guy, he's like a bad rash, doesn't go away.
Keep showing up, right?
I don't know.
And let's see, we have got Darth Plato here, who has been a member for 31 months, says Durf. Well, glad you're here, my dear, because we are talking history, so it's gonna be a blast hearing what you say about it too. And Dadman has been a member for 52 months. Man, I need to create like an OG club. Some of y'all have just been members forever. I always forget about these member chats. LOL, bring on the laughs, Lorena. Oh, I'm gonna bring plenty of those. And yes, Lonnie, I heard about that about Lonnie Anderson. Yeah.
I didn't think she was that old. I just totally, she aged well. I was shocked of how old she was when she was acting and doing that stuff. I was like, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Bert and Lonnie were some of the most famous Florida residents. I saw Burt Reynolds at a convention once, and let's just say what he looked like was not what I thought he was going to look like, and it wasn't due to aging. It was due to a scalpel. Kind of disappointing. Yeah, very disappointing. Family reunions, hey Soul Assassin, are fun because you can play who's not from the South. Oh, yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was the one who breakfast, I'm like, I don't like grits. What do you think you don't like grits? I don't like grits. Yeah. Give me some cream of wheat. I don't want grit. I didn't. I hated grits. And they had them every darn morning. I'm like,
Only time I'll eat grits lately is if it has shrimp in it or a whole bunch of cheddar cheese.
that's what I like. The shrimp and grits. It's got the cream, especially grits with mascarpone cheese,
Oh, yeah.
bacon, and shrimp. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Uh,
Now I'm getting
I,
hungry, dang it.
I remember I had polenta for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, excited! I'm going to try polenta." I took one taste, and I said, "This is nothing but Italian grits. Shame on you." I was pissed. Oh my gosh. Darth Pedo says my family reunion was a nightmare. They were folks from the old country. By old country, I mean Sicily. Old ladies kept trying to kiss me on the mouth. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I had some friends who had Sicilian grandmas. They were fun to hang out with. I know that much. Hey Gina, good to see you. Good to see you here.
Yeah, my sister.
And let's see. They're calling it Halloween in July. Yes, Summerween. I'm like, what? What? Okay. Yeah,
That just sounds like somebody just peed in a jar.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Wow, glad I lurked long enough to hear BSG merchandise at Universal be there in September, as Lorena says, take my money. Dang it, now I'm doing it. Yeah. Yeah, original Battlestar was just freaking amazing.
I think I'm going to make my car alternate from what we have on there now, which is Nelson doing ha-ha, and maybe have a here by your command. No, I just want to have him say by your command, so people go like, really?
Oh, I'm not making fun of Sicilians, John the Beagle Dad, because my people are from Naples, which is, Sicily's on the island. Naples
Hey,
is just across channel.
I'm half Italian, John, and we got Sicilian and Moffatese. So yeah, I can make fun of myself.
I joke that I can't talk without using my hands. I should have known what was up then.
Okay, look, I'm talking. I'm not using my hands. How's it going?
Sit on
the German part of me.
Oh, folks, we're going to go through, of course, some Florida beeps to get you in that Florida state of mind. How is that vote going? Actually, in the chat for what video we're gonna watch. We've got Shark visits the beach, pool surprise, and Brit narrates Gator versus Abuelita.
Well, Lorena, it looks like Sharks visit the beach is at 56%.
Oh,
pool surprise is at 28%, and Brit's narrate Gators versus Alberta, which is at 16%.
Oh, okay, all right. Looking like the Shark visits the beach is winning. So get those votes in, because we'll pick the video as soon as we get through these slides, courtesy of the Florida Memes group on Facebook. I'm not really on Facebook that much. My main reason is to hang out in the Florida Memes group, which is, if you have no sense of humor, don't go there. You'll get your feelings hurt.
Yes.
Well, today is National Watermelon Day. I don't know if you guys knew that, but considering I bought a seedless watermelon a couple of days ago and cut it up, it was delicious.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. It is. And
I thought it was National Drink Iced Coffee Day. Oh, wait, that's every day, never day.
That's every day. Yeah. Of course, my favorite is you get the watermelon, you get a bottle of rum, you cut a hole in the watermelon, and you put it there. That's some good stuff. But yes, Florida is the U.S.'s largest producer of watermelon. So did you know Florida produces more watermelons than any other state, and the only one that grows watermelons during the off season, December through April. The USA currently ranks 7th in worldwide production of watermelon. I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah. Yeah.
We be around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you know who the largest producer of watermelons is in the world? China.
yeah.
China.
Well, yeah.
Seedless seems like sacrilege. I don't care. I do not like seeds in the watermelon. That's one of the best genetic mutations they've ever come up with is a seedless watermelon. I love it.
You know what? I like the seeds in them. You know why? Because it's something you use in the straw to peg your family member across the,
That
the
is
family party.
true.
I mean, oh crap! I just added myself. I used to do that to my sister. Oops.
What cartoon was it where this cartoon, it was probably Bugs Bunny, where he ate a whole thing of watermelon and started shooting out the seeds like a machine gun?
Oh yeah, I know I knew which one you were talking about.
I can't remember which one, but that was freaking hilarious.
Yes.
Yes, watermelon boat. Gotta make the watermelon boat. I love it. I love it. Watermelon does sound good. It's hot enough for it outside. Yeah, that's what I have in my refrigerator. I have watermelon that it's a pain in the butt having to cut it all down, but once it's done, nice and convenient, especially nice and chilled. Oh,
yeah.
it's so good.
My sister's saying Tom and Jerry that was on too.
Oh, it's Tom and Jerry?
Could have been.
I'm not swallowing the seeds. Forget that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Or it might have been Daffy Duck. I know it was a 1930s style cartoon. That's all I knew. That it was hilarious. I think the only thing funnier than that is if you've ever seen the Madagascar Penguins Christmas special. I can't remember, was it Rico or whoever? I don't know. Is he swallowed a whole lot of peppermints and dude was using them as a machine gun. Shooting them at the dog. It was great. Watermelon and vodka, not to be served to the colonel's wife. Trust me.
Oh, that'd be bad, the major.
Yeah, I heard that joke. That joke too, Mark Daly. If swallowing a watermelon seed, it's gonna grow in your stomach.
Yeah, right.
My country cousins tried to tell me that. I said, there's hydrochloric acid in your stomach. It's going to dissolve. So how the heck can a tree grow in my stomach? Yeah, and it was that when they realized that I was really much more dangerous than
They're like, oh, this one can think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. That's why I'm the one who has to handle the fireworks. That's why y'all aren't allowed to handle the fireworks whatsoever. Oh my gosh.
Yep, it was Jerry spitting seeds.
It was
Tom.
Jerry's.
Yep, so my sister was right.
30s physical comedy will never not be funny. Okay. Never not be funny. My dog.
You know the funny thing, Lorena?
What?
About that, I should have known that because my stepmom's name was Jerry, not spelled with a J, and my dad's name is the same as me, Tom.
Too funny. Oh, this is cute. My dog listening to me mutter how I'm going to eat healthy tonight, knowing full well I'm going to come home with a box of Publix fried chicken and potato salad.
Yeah, I know that Dachshund look. We have.
Yeah, looking at you like, come on, man. You know you want to do that. Especially that Southern potato salad. Oh my gosh, Southern style potato salad, so good. So good. So good. We got Florida's 12 seasons: winter, fake spring, allergies, real spring, alligator mating season, love bug, summer, hurricane, extreme summer. That's where we are right now.
They're missing. It should be 13 seasons. They're missing one.
Which one?
Snake mating season.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
Yep, those little bastards moving everywhere right now.
Well, they forgot python hunting season too.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Well, I guess that would go with snake snake
Yeah.
season, snake breeding season.
Yeah.
Publix banana bread pudding. I tried to like it. I I will never turn down
I can't.
nanner pudding. I will
No.
never turn it down, but it's not my favorite one.
No.
I had
That's
to
like,
come up with my own cookie pudding that works because I'm lactose intolerant. Let's just say it's made with coconut milk and rum flavoring, and that's some really good stuff. I'm refining the recipe every time I make it. Go on, but yeah, nanner pudding. I don't like the texture of it. I don't. Uh, it's just one of those things. I like the vanilla wafers by themselves. I don't like them in the pudding.
vanilla wafers are awesome by themselves. They're
Oh yeah,
addictive
yes.
and they work really good in a pinch for cereal.
Hmm.
You crush them up,
Hmm.
you put them in the bowl, and there you
Mhm.
go. Don't ask. I
Well,
might have been a
they're
broke college kid at one point. I don't know.
oh, no judgment, no judgment. I hate pecan pie. However,
Oh no,
if
no,
I
no.
if
I
I
love it.
throw it in a blender with like vanilla creamer or something like that, and maybe a dollop of mascarpone cheese, and it's all whipped up, and I put it between vanilla wafers, it's actually good.
Mm.
But you have to beat it into submission, literally. Because somebody gave me a pecan pie and I didn't want to throw it away. I'm like, I like
I
pecans
like
and
pecan pie.
sugar.
Pecan pie is great.
I don't.
At least you don't say pecan because who wants to eat pea in a can? What is it? Road stop? Come on.
I had to learn that the Yankees call it pecan pie. And yes, we are in the
Florida.
level of hell known as Florida with how freaking hot it is down here. It's just crazy. Hey, Kimberly Ann Hart, good to see you. Good to see you. My electricity bill came today, and I believe I got charged for the sunlight, moonlight, street light, the light of the Holy Spirit, and the light at the end of the tunnel. Duke
Yeah.
Energy, I hate you so freaking much right now. They are worse than Pico.
Are they worse than FPL? They gotta be.
Yeah, they're worse than FPL. Yeah. Yeah, I was not happy. Well, it used to when I lived here years ago was Florida Power, and then I guess Duke Energy bought Florida Power,
No,
and
no.
they didn't
No, I still got Florida Power and I got solar.
really.
They went regional. There are different parts of it.
Okay, because I'm like last time I lived in Orlando, it was Florida Power, and then I'm looking at the rates, and I'm just like, hey, wait, what? I will say they're almost as bad as Pico, almost. Almost. I don't miss that in Philly, that's for sure. Locals who live in a city whose economy is based entirely on tourism when they see a tourist in town. Yeah, that's me. I've gotten to that point. Usually, when they're over in the left lane doing 40 miles an hour constantly, not because they're slowing down to make a left turn, they're just in the lane because they think that's just an additional lane traffic.
Don't get me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we won't get started. So, how was your week? Did you guys hear about Smokey the Bear?
Yeah.
You did? You did? Well, for those of you who don't know, let me share the story with you. Smokey the Bear aids arrest of man accused of stealing, reselling signs of iconic mascot from Florida parks. Signs were listed for $1,900 each, officials say. And your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Smokey the Bear assisting with the arrest. Only in Florida, folks. Only in Florida. In Orlando, of all places, a man accused of traveling to Orlando to steal and resell Smokey Bear signs from State Forest was arrested with the iconic wildlife prevention mascot present, state agriculture officials said. Florida Commissioner of Agriculture Wilton Simpson posted on social media to announce the arrest of the man, who he said traveled from Floribama, aka Pensacola, to Orlando to steal the signs that he then listed on Facebook Marketplace for $1,900 each. Bruh. Why would you sell them on Facebook Marketplace? Well, okay, well,
Because usually they can get cash and they don't get, they think they're gonna get by on the system and stuff. Nothing really big, Mark, did you know this person?
The Chuck E. Cheese thing happened in Tally, 3 doors down from the pool hall. Who knew the Chuck E. Cheese was an even bigger den of iniquity? Yeah, that was credit card fraud.
Well, did you ever find out the story for the Guitar Center
Now,
employee that was taking the credit card from people who were mean to him and using it to
No.
rack up a whole bunch of charges afterwards? That he'd buy himself stuff, the guitars, then turn around and sell those on eBay or something like that?
no, I had no idea about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. That's insane. Hey, Strings and Pucks. A dude in Australia tried to sell the Costa Concordia on eBay, buyer to collect. Gotta be careful. They're selling hot stuff there. Yeah, those are the Smokey the Bear signs. And I have seen them around, but
I never in a million years would I have gone, I think I'm going to steal them and sell them on.
yeah. I mean, when I'm driving on 17 heading to Palatka and I drive past where the state prison is in Stark and I
Yeah.
see the Smokey the Bear signs, I don't think about going over and like stealing one. I mean, come on.
It's like, hey, is that going to fit my car? Can I? Is there a pawn shop around here? I need to stop.
Street signs being stolen, I understand that because that's a college prank that goes on, stealing the street signs. Matter of fact,
I know people that stole street signs to fix the hole in their car on their floorboards.
mhm.
I'm not kidding you. Got my buddy's car. Go, hey, you fixed it. He goes, yeah, lift up the mat. He freaking riveted a stop sign.
New Orleans people were stealing the signs so bad that they had to, start selling replicas of the French Quarter signs. So I actually have one, but I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's kind of smart. Gina says, I know the person up here who dressed up as Smokey the Bear.
Why did that not surprise me? Please tell me you didn't date them as a kid.
All right. Well, it looks like the shark story won. So this is in Panama City Beach.
Oh, I've seen this. This is great.
And look how close everyone is.
Dum 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 dum.
I will say this much, at least the people are kind of somewhat smart. The people closer to shore are smarter than the ones that are in the water, but at least the ones in the water are kind of a little bit forward. I don't trust sharks. They can turn really fast. So, yeah.
And they can go into a lot shallower water than you think.
Yes. Dan says it looks like a hammerhead. I know people catch sharks regularly in Florida, just fishing right where
Yep.
those people are standing. They'll catch like the one guy, he caught like a baby hammerhead shark. He had to throw it back, but we got to like look at it and like touch its skin. He had to like secure it really well. It was like, it was a baby. But yeah, they come in very, very close to shore because they can't tell the difference between fish and you.
Not really.
Yeah, they really don't. So yeah, we have some gangster wildlife out here in Florida. So yes, we do have sharks. You need to pay attention when you're out there. I don't get why people go that far. Well, you don't have to go far. If they come inland, they will come inland toward shore. So can gators. Yeah.
Gators go in
Yeah.
the ocean sometimes too.
Mm-hmm. They don't care. Reminds me of a time in New Smyrna Beach some years back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's warm. It is
Shark Bite capital
very
there.
warm here. Yeah, isn't Daytona? Well, no, Daytona.
New Smyrna Beach is the shark bite capital.
New Smyrna.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that. I forget which special it was, where they were just like, "Why is there such an incident of like shark bites?"
It's usually a lot of them are baby tinier sharks just biting feet because they don't know no better.
Yeah,
It still counts, you know.
if you see dolphins, you're pretty safe because sharks are punks. They're punks. If dolphins are threatened, they will kill a shark. Is this the video with the stingray and shark? This is not the one with the stingray, but I know the one you're talking about. This big, huge stingray and a shark came like inland, which is really cool. But it's not this one. Horseshoe crab scared me as a kid. Ooh, try oh my gosh, what are they? No, not stingray, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Jellyfish. My nephew got stung by one because he weren't paying attention. And he stepped on it, and yeah, it was, but the lifeguard was there, so got to help him out. But I'm like, Dad, aren't you supposed to be looking down? But yeah, and that's when he realized that the ocean isn't really safe. Darth Plato says, watch Jaws, then go to the beach. You know what? When I went to Cape Cod National Seashore, that whole thing looked so much like Jaws. I almost did not want to go in the water because it just looked just like that. Their feet just feeding. Don't get in their way. Yeah, let the sharks. Don't try to pet them. Don't try to feed them or anything like that. Is it hurt and beaching itself or looking for a yummy human snackety snack? I think the latter. It's just cruising.
There was probably a bunch of, feeder fish there that was chomping on him.
Yeah. Yeah, because that'll happen too. In Australia, we call our saltwater crocs that name for a reason. Yeah, because they'll go in the salt water. They'll go like in brackish water.
Yep.
Too, especially St. John's River. That's like brackish in some parts. We routinely see bulls and hammerheads on the northern Gulf Coast. Mm-hmm. Yep. What do you think is more dangerous? Starks or gators?
Well, in the Game of Thrones, I think the Starks were pretty dangerous.
Yeah. They're more diabolical. Gators are more just like, I need food. I need to grab something and drown it. Yeah, they are. That's why when you're on the beach, I was always taught on the beach, you're always looking down. I mean, even when we were digging sandcastles, we'd come across like this little like tiny pinworms. horseshoe crabs that have dug themselves, in. You kind of have to watch out because like to bury in there, you know. Saltwater crocs. Crocs are more dangerous. Crocs are more aggressive than alligators are. They're so aggressive. Okay, granted, in Florida is the only place where crocodiles and alligators they're pretty much in harmony with each other. Even at Gatorland, they pretty much live together. But there's this one huge croc. He has his own enclosure for you know for reasons. For reasons. Well, I'll give you guys a bonus video before we go to our Gilded Age. I had to share this one just because of the absurdity of it. And this is in Kissimmee, but listen who's narrating this.
No. Trying to shoot him. Morning, everyone. I've just woke up and come outside, and I've just seen this on the grass outside.
That is a British accent. Yes. When I say a lot of Brits have they will rent houses when they're here vacationing, they'll rent them for like a couple of weeks. Yes. Especially where I live, and you go to Target and you're hearing the Brits they're going through the aisles like they have like it's definitely not Tesco, so they can't find certain things. But yes, this is my life. This is life in my neighborhood.
An alligator casually walking around, and some deers. Well, they look like deers. I'm not too sure what they are.
They
They've got a
deer.
family over there.
Deer.
Them.
Florida
And they're
deer aren't that big.
stupid for
I'm
feeding
not
them.
scared of him at all.
Yep.
Oh, here he goes. He's on the move.
Just gator snacks at that point.
Mm-hmm.
He's really moving now.
Deer's like,
Oh,
shoot.
dear. Oh, that family has just thrown their shoe at him. Oh,
Dum da dum dum dum.
That's gotta
No.
be Abuelita Thorner.
throwing the shoe at him. Get the shoe and eat it.
You're
Run
gonna
off
piss
with
me
her
off. Thank you.
That's all right. Throwing the shoe
Croc
in.
up the croc.
She's lost the slider now. It's in the lake. I've just seen this, so no one should be feeding them at all.
Yeah.
Now, if she calls wildlife, they're gonna have to put that gator down, which is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And she said slider instead of flip flop. Oh my god.
Yeah. The deers are just looking at her like, "Lady, you're stupid."
I know. We at least know to give the gator a pretty wide berth. Like, okay. But she's gonna go out there and throw no.
Bambi's like,
Hey, big time Myrtle
"And
Beach.
they call us dumb?"
Oh my gosh. Mr. Milktoast says the Brits are so amazed at how much there is in the US. So much space, so many products, so much choice. It astounds / frightens them. Yeah, when I was over in the UK, I'm just like, there's choice, but it's nowhere near like it's here. But yeah, they come over here with the ones that I know, come over here with suitcases. And they just clean everything out of like Walmart because it's so much cheaper here than there. So yeah, they do that. He understood the assignment.
Yes, you do.
Gators are fast, but I know. That's why I'm like, she cannot be from around here. Then again, like I said, we got a lot of tourists from out of the country and they rent houses and do not understand. You do not feed the wildlife. You especially don't freaking feed deer. Okay, no, it's bad enough they munch on your plants. Don't feed the deer. but you're gonna throw your shoe at a gator? No. Mm-mm. Number one, I'm keeping my shoes, but apparently that gator said, "Ha ha, got you."
Well, if you look at her floral print, she doesn't look like she's local either. So I got another buddy in the chat who showed up.
Hey, Marino Perez.
Yep.
Says, looks like he wanted the appetizer instead of the entree.
That's one of my work buddies.
Oh, cool. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. The deer saying, what's that two-legger doing? Like she's freaking crazy. Oh my gosh. Strings and Puck says my stepdad was from England. In the 80s, he would smuggle steaks back to England when we visit. The beef there is feces. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with the steak in England. Nope. Darth Plato said, I heard a British family thought that a drive from San Antonio to Florida was a short drive. I'm sorry, they lied to them.
Oh yeah, I've heard them in Orlando when you're, at let's say City Walk, or they're down at Disney Springs. Like, hey, why don't we take the afternoon and go down to the Keys?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a public service for our British visitors to give you guys an idea of just how
Scale.
big this state is. Yeah, it's a huge state. For folks who wondering why the U.S. does not have, train travel all the way, and we depend on our cars, because it's a big freaking country. Okay, it's huge, absolutely huge. Oh my gosh, Nita, thank you so much, my dear, for that $49.99 super chat. You are absolutely flippin' fabulous. Oh my gosh, thank you. Sugar Shoe Lady is so funny. Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Trying to shoot at him. Morning, everyone. I've just woke up and come outside, and I've just seen this on the
The fact that you've got a Brit in
alligator.
Kissimmee. This is near me. I know where this neighborhood is.
And some deers. Well, they look like deers. I'm not too sure what they are.
And she's like commenting like it's a BBC Nature special.
But they don't seem to be scared of him at all. Oh, here he goes. He's on the move.
That one's probably about what? Like a...
He's really moving now.
Three and a half to 4 footer.
Yeah, he's not that big.
Yeah, it's probably like 5 years old. Maybe so. Remember the guy whose dog got snatched and didn't drop a cigar and he went
throwing their shoe at him.
Oh yeah.
The wisest green. Abuela failed to use her chancellor, aka combat flip flop.
Get the shoe and eat it. Run off with her shoe.
Jump. Hey, that smells nasty. I can eat that. That's what he's saying. That smells great.
The slider now. It's in the lake. I've just seen this, so no one should be feeding them at all.
No. When it says absolutely no fishing in the pond, yes, stay away from the water. And do not feed the wildlife. See, you know what? The gator probably came out there because the deer were there. Yeah, that's also why you do not walk your dog.
Nope.
Okay, that close to no.
And I don't care the size of your dog either.
They don't care. Gator's like, that's just nothing but a challenge. Alligator is like, I ain't got time for this. Oh, thank you so much for that, Dina. I sure do appreciate that, my dear. Fabulous, fabulous. But on the real, do not feed the wildlife here, and do not feed the gators here. And you can go ahead and throw the shoe at the gator if you want, but I would do it from the safety of my fenced-in yard. Definitely not go out after it.
They'll still come up over the fence sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And do that. Well, 146 of you watching between YouTube and X. Thank you so much for being here. This is the Welcome to Florida show. I've got Tom F with me, and continuing on with our Gilded Age series, Julia Tuttle, the mother of Miami, was one awesome lady. So this actually comes from HuffPost, the incredible tale of how a mom changed Florida forever. Now, before I get into more about Julia Tuttle, last week we talked about Henry Flagler, who, of course, used to work for he was working for Standard Oil and kind of like, say, cashed in a little bit and stepped away from duties at Standard Oil to invest in Florida. So he was laying railroad track all the way down to Palm Beach. Not West Palm Beach. Okay. Palm Beach. So to kind of catch people up a little bit, especially with my family's connection to all of this. So we're talking about circa 1880. Around that time, the Civil War has been over for about 15 years. Florida is under Reconstruction, as is most of the South. Although unlike most of the South, Florida pretty much has their
Railroad on
let's
top.
call it railroad, infrastructure, agriculture, all of that. Not so much infrastructure, but their fields weren't burned or anything like that. There was a pointed effort to bring Eastern money and Eastern investors into the state of Florida. So what you're looking at here is an ad that was in the Florida Union, thing of paper then at that particular time. And what you see here, over here on the left, they have the real estate brokers. And then you'll see a little bit further down here, NE Immigrant Aid Company. Over here on the right, Florida Agency of the New England Immigrant Aid Company in Jacksonville. The purpose of the New England Immigrant Aid Company was to bring Northerners from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, New England, into Florida, to invest in Florida, to live in Florida, to farm in Florida. That was the whole basis of that. So my ancestor, Captain Truman Doane, the one down here, his son, Leander Crosby Doane, is my second great grandfather.
Cool.
So Captain Truman, oh my gosh, I can't even emphasize how freaking rich. They were Kennedy rich for the most part. I've seen like the original house that they have in Orleans, Massachusetts. It's like all condos now, but it literally looks like the Kennedy compound. It's like an obscene amount of money. But people like him who had money, they invested in the South after the war was over, because of course the South was destitute, the money was worthless. So yeah, he was a carpetbagger, but unlike most carpetbaggers, he actually stated he died in Florida. And the reason for that is the whole town of Waldo, Florida, basically owed him money, because all they did was write mortgages. They wrote mortgages that were so draconian that the mortgage actually dictated what they could grow on the land, and that they couldn't even switch up the type of crops that they were going to grow on their land without their approval. So he was just basically the bank. But this from the Barnstable Patriot up in Massachusetts. The remains of the late Captain Truman Doane, wife and son Truman, who died several years ago in Florida, were brought to East Orleans Tuesday for interment in the family lot. So I actually had to tell the Orleans Historical Society that no, Captain Truman, his wife, and his son, they died in Florida. They did not die in Massachusetts. Lady's mind was blown. I'm like, yeah, here's the death certificates. You can keep that. So his son, which is my second great grandfather, Leander Crosby Doane, and his sister Victoria Doane, accompanied them. One son and two daughters are living at different towns in Massachusetts. That's what the aunts and the uncles and all of that. Captain Doane and his brother Lewis, with their friend Reuben Nickerson, went to Florida soon after the last war closed to buy land, as the price was then cheap, hoping to make money easy. But to their surprise, the cotton and tobacco were blighted every year. They then gave this up and planted an orange grove, which did well for a little time. The other two men returned in a few years, content to live on good old Cape Cod. Well, they left Florida because
Surprise.
the Democrats won the next election, and a lot of the carpetbaggers picked up and left, but he stayed. So I don't know what type of blood happened between my second great grandfather and his father. I know his father died without a will, and I've seen the probate records. It was not a pretty sight. It was not a pretty sight, especially when he was accused of being distracted, probably because he was distracted because my great grandmother was born around that time. So that's probably what had to do it. But it was not pretty. Dictating what can be grown is unusual in those days. There's a story there. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Darth Lato. You know, if you get a mortgage, they're not dictating what you can, what you can grow.
I wonder was at least a like own type thing where he could have done that instead of a real actual mortgage.
It could be. It's like I have to like dig into, because there's records, Alachua County has them, of all of those mortgages, and it is an insane amount of mortgages. He actually wrote mortgages on the land that some of my cousins, that their relatives had, and we found out, and we were just like, this is, I've never seen mortgages written, like this. Not just the land, but also like sometimes if they had, you had like oxen or usually like donkeys or whatever. Yeah, that too. So it was, yeah, there was something there. There's definitely something there, because I'd never seen anything like that at all. But again, just building the case a little bit. So here's where they were in 1880. Of course, they were from Massachusetts. That's my third great grandfather, third great grandmother, second great aunt. That's my second great grandfather and second great aunt. Yeah. There was something that he was close to his younger sister, because when she died, she was buried in Florida. So, but to scooch on over a little bit more, here's my family. Okay, not that far. Also, another thing I wanted to point out really quickly. So, obviously, the Doanes are white. They live around a lot of Black and mulatto people. Why? Most of these folks here were sharecroppers. So that's the deal that was going on then. Black people, white people, they basically South. You had no money, sold your land. Guess what? You were sharecropping. That's pretty much what was going on. And my second great grandfather kept the books. That's why he was the only one who went to school. He went to college, specifically for that. But that said, here's where my family was. That's Barry and Stanley. He's a farmer. I don't know why he was marked as insane. There's a story to that. I don't know what the deal is with that, but
As
they're all,
insane?
yeah, as insane. Like over here, they have blind, deaf and dumb, idiot, insane, and disabled. I don't know what that means. I don't know what classification that is,
That's
but
kind of hilarious in a way.
it's kind of funny. But I'm just like, okay, considering if what I've researched is correct, and it seems to be, Barry and Stanley. Well, let's see. The man that owned him was actually his uncle, his white uncle. The Stanley family has held land in Florida ever since Spain took it over. So when the United States bought Florida from Spain, the Stanley family had to prove through the Spanish land grants that they owned the land that they did. So they've been there for quite some time. Barry and Stanley, his mother, who was a slave, was from South Carolina. So yeah, that I get it, kind of, sort of. I can understand that, but yeah, and I don't know for sure if he was ever a slave or not, because when he's listed on the census as like quote unquote property, he's actually listed as free. So I don't know what deals with that, but another story to look into. Of course, there's Francis Sanchez. That's my third great grandma. And then Philo, which I don't know what's up with the census takers. Her name is actually, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. That's actually Rafaela. Her Spanish name is Rafaela, but who knows? I have no idea what they did with this. And
The
she's a
census
girl,
taker
not a
probably
boy.
had no idea what they were saying.
Probably not. Probably not. I'm like, Alan Kay is her brother, her younger brother, who actually fought in World War One. It's not a long story. Unfortunately, he ran into some stuff with the law. But anyway, just to show you, they were not that far from them. So that's kind of like to level set with what that period of time was. So let's see. Yes, they are fun. They are fun. And carpetbagger was a term used by Southerns where Northerners perceived as exploiting the post-war South. Yes. And let's just say the Dones were exploding the hell out of people. That's for sure. So Julia Tuttle, again, mother of Miami, she was one awesome lady. So Julia DeForest Tuttle, the mother of Miami, is widely recognized as the only female founder of a major American city. The visionary widow from Ohio bought hundreds of acres at what is now downtown Miami, moved down on a barge, not a boat,
A barge.
a barge.
That's what, do you get the term I just barged in?
Yeah. Put all your stuff on a floating thing and raft on down there. And eventually convinced railroad man Henry Flagler to extend his new railway to the Miami River by sending him an unusual package. Now, put a pin in that when it comes to unusual package. And remember what I showed you, that little snippet about my family where my third great grandfather tried to go cotton and tobacco, and that didn't work. But then he grew like oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just remember that. So it may seem strange to you, she told a friend, but it is a dream of my life to see this wilderness turned into a prosperous country. She believed that the area would become a great city, one that would become a center of trade for the United States with South America, according to the National Women's History Museum. She reportedly outlawed liquor sales in the city limits, but no one's perfect. Without a doubt, Miami is basically known as the center of trade with South America. At one point in time, that was New Orleans who held that who held that distinction. But the more developed Miami became, that's what happened. So there's a reason why we call Miami basically Cuba for the most part. You could live in Miami and not speak English like forever. But that is where a lot of people from South American countries, there's a lot of South American money as well that gets poured into Miami, which is pretty awesome. Her gravesite is sad because in a circle around her is all the markers for the baby she's lost. That's really sad. I have to see that, because when you go to some of these old cemeteries, and I mean 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, and you see like the small grave sites or small like grave markers for a lot of the children who like died, like either they were stillborn or, you know, they died where they were children, or sometimes in some cases where the mother and the baby both died. They're right there. So, oh, that's so sad. I'll have to see that. Shame. But let's see. Mrs. Tuttle's visionary deal, however, did not come cheap, but she had some strong motivations of her own. So that is Miss Tuttle. The first thing I'm thinking is, I hope this was in Ohio, because I can't see wearing this in hot Miami. I mean,
I could.
I can't, not with the gloves.
You never know.
I don't know, unless it was winter. Unless it was winter in Miami. But I'm loving the outfit though. But yeah, I'm looking, I'm just like, that it's like, yeah, that kind of, well, maybe it was winter. Okay. But that's her. Pioneer and resident and one of the founders of Miami. So South Florida was one of America's last frontiers just over 100 years ago, which is true. The farthest south that people were going, at least by rail, was Palm Beach. Remember, that's as far as Henry Flagler ran his railroad lines to. So let's see here. So Julia Tuttle first laid her eyes on what would become Miami as early as 1874 while visiting her father, who had moved to the Lemon City area as a homesteader and became a county judge and state senator, but returned with her husband and family in Cleveland. She had arrived by steamship and liked what she saw. So that's definitely a big, huge difference in weather coming from Ohio to Miami. No air travel during this point, folks.
So it took a while.
Yeah, it took a while. Took a while. So I think this is her and her mother, Julia Tuttle. There she is in Ohio with her mother and her daughter, one of her grown daughters that was there. And in 1886, Julia's husband, Frederick Leonard Tuttle, died, leaving her the iron foundry to operate. So apparently she had something left to make money with. And she said, I shall need to do something to increase my income somewhat. And I've been thinking of getting something to do for part of a year in a more genial climate. She wrote to her longtime friend from Cleveland, Standard Oil industrialist John D. Rockefeller. Notice how all these people are connected, especially when it comes to Standard Oil. She also another thing about the Gilded Age, you had a lot of people who got rich from quote unquote new money. And if you've ever watched the Gilded Age, you see that friction in classes from the people who have had money for like centuries, and then the ones who basically came to America or were born in America dirt poor, or in the case, I think Carnegie was Scottish, I think. Well, all I know is Andrew Carnegie, if you're from Pennsylvania, Carnegie Mellon University, there's so much money that Andrew Carnegie put into philanthropic, I can talk, philanthropic pursuits, and especially a lot of state universities. Although Carnegie Mellon is private, costs a whole lot of freaking money, but Carnegie Foundation, yeah, lots of new money. So she told Rockefeller that her daughter Fanny was not quite as well as I wish she was, and thought a more milder climate would help. So Julia's father-in-law was Rockefeller's first boss. And she and Rockefeller attended a Baptist church together for years in Cleveland. That was another thing. People who attended certain churches, they also made business deals at the same time. So one of his Standard Oil partners was railroad magnate Henry Flagler, who was extending his tracks down the east coast of Florida and developing towns and hotels along the way. Now, one of the things that Julia Tuttle tried to do is apply for the position of housekeeper with the new hotel that Henry Flagler was building in St. Augustine, the Ponce de Leon Hotel. But she wanted to get in there early. They gave the job to someone else, but she wanted to get her name in front of Henry Flagler. So Rockefeller did meet with Flagler and ask about the job, but unfortunately for Miami, it seemed the position was already filled by the manager. But Tuttle was very much intrigued with investing in Florida. And she says, I think Florida will become my headquarters. She wrote to Rockefeller 2 years later. Now, this is Fort Dallas. So when Tuttle's father died and left her his Florida land in 1891, she permanently moved to the shores of Biscayne Bay. Her neighbors across the river were William and Mary Brickell. We'll talk about them next week. She purchased 640 acres of land, including Fort Dallas. In a way, I kind of wish Dad Bam was right here because he's very familiar with the forts. I think we talked about Fort Dallas last year, which was a military installation from the Seminole Wars on the north bank of the Miami River, and moved right in. So the barracks are on the left, and the two stone buildings share the officers' quarters on the right. So that's the ones that Julia Tuttle and her family moved into. And this is the mouth of the Miami River right here. So this picture is something you're used to seeing, especially if you're watching Miami Vice and they're doing shots. Yeah, that's the Miami River. Right there. So let's see. Nita says they were bringing yellow fever in by the workers on the barges. Many businessmen were living in tents in the woods so as not to pass yellow fever on to their families. Yeah, because yellow fever was killing people. There's yellow fever season, from what I understand, what my grandmother used to tell me. In the summers, like this time of year, where it's hot, the mosquitoes are out. Yellow fever season. They have turned the historic Miami River into Tokyo. Yeah, in a way they have, with all those buildings and everything that they have there. And my great-grandfather hid oak caskets of booze in the Sable Canal. They had booze for every occasion. Wow. Was it rum in oak caskets? Because I've seen people in Key West do that too. Like as well. It's pretty awesome.
Go for some oak casket rum.
Yeah. Gordon Ramsay got some. You have to watch the episode of him. I think it's on National Geographic, where he went down to Key West and he was making like Key West shrimp po' boys, and the guy was like, yeah, I'm curing I got rum in these oak barrels and curing them. And Gordon Ramsay was just like salivating at the mouth. I would love to try that too.
We were just having some redhead rum, which is Sammy Hagar's, and it's it's pretty good. It's I'm trying to remember the flavoring, and it's like a hazelnut.
Everyone's ready for the rain again. Yeah, it's that time of year down here. But yeah, this is another one that she remodeled into a home. That's like your typical Florida home, one story, um, usually raised up because there's all kinds of critters and stuff at ground level.
Flooding.
Hmm?
Flooding.
Yeah, flooding. So yeah, they're usually up on cinder blocks.
You
So
ever go out to see some of the cracker homes over by right over there by Daytona? That you know that where the lighthouse is over there, the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse.
mhm.
They got a nice little set of stuff over there that's all historic and cool like that.
Yeah, I haven't been to the lighthouse yet.
Really?
Um,
Oh, you gotta
no,
go.
I haven't had a chance to go, but yeah, you'll see some of these cracker houses as well around St. Augustine too.
Yeah, I've seen some of them.
Hmm.
I've been up there. It's fun. It's fun checking out some of the historical sites and everything else like that.
And look at this. So that's the house. This is the Miami Hotel, the city's first hotel. It was built by Julia Tuttle as a bunkhouse. She had the building jacked up, set on a brick foundation. See the brick? See, it looks like the first floor is like raised up. See it down there? They also do that in New Orleans too, but it's like it's kind of covered up. It's weird, but same thing, but a different way. But it burned down in 1899. So Tuttle realized that the area would never prosper unless it was reached by the railroads. And that's true because the railroads carried people, money, supplies, all of that. And Henry Flagler had basically marketed, Palm Beach as a playground, of the rich. And that's pretty much where that line ended. But bringing all of those tourists down to Miami, definitely. So that's what Miss Tuttle had in mind. So she began an aggressive campaign to convince Henry Flagler to continue his tracks to Fort Dallas. Technically, before Miami was Miami, known as Fort Dallas. Jacksonville was actually known as Cowtown for a while. I have no idea why, but that's what they called it.
Cowtown?
Cowtown. Yeah, because they used to drive a lot of cattle into Jacksonville
Makes sense
to
then.
put on the ships and everything. I was like, oh, so they used to call it Cowtown. Okay. Yeah, before they named it Jacksonville for Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
So anyway, she was even offering to give up hundreds of acres of her own land. So these are some of the men at the time at her hotel. Of course, this is before it burned down. So first, Tuttle tried convincing transportation mogul Henry B. Plant. Makes me wonder if that's who Plant City is named for. To bring trains from Miami to his railroad terminus in Tampa, but after the firm conducted a study, they deemed it impractical. Because of where Tampa is, and of course, there's nothing in the middle of the state, all the way to Miami, not exactly feasible, which I understand. So she didn't convince Flagler for a while either by letters, but nature stepped in to help. 3 great freezes of 1894, 1895 devastated orange groves and vegetable farms in central and northern Florida, wiping out citrus and fortunes alike.
Mm.
The Doan family's fortunes as well. A lot of people in Alachua County who had, developed all these orange groves and everything lost their shirts during those years. And it really caused an issue because now you had like all of these orange trees wound up dying because it froze. And and just died out. So the citrus industry was basically devastated at that time and would take decades to come back. I mean, now it's fine now, but at that particular time, considering you didn't have the type of technology, like you didn't have the Florida Citrus Growers Commission or whatever back then, orange industry was wiped out in Central Florida. That's why Gainesville was known as Hog Town. Really?
Pork.
Ah, okay. Which is kind of weird, considering Alachua County and all the cattle ranches that were out there. Yeah, that's interesting. Nita says, my relatives built the Matheson Water Tower in Miami, had to have water, LOL. Nita's history is so cool with how many of her relatives have been here, like old Florida. Grandfather built huge bakery factories to provide bread to passengers and customers, as well as luncheon counters. Before rail, cities had farms inside city blocks. It was the only way to get fresh food. Lots of animals means lots of flies. Yeah, that's true. That's what I found out on my first visit to a farm. That's why people have like horse whips, keep the flies away. Hey, RJ McReady says, great stories. But yeah, Tuttle sent Flagler a package of flowers or foliage. Some say it was fragrant and enticing orange blossoms. She proved her Miami River properties were below the frost line. Now, I don't know if, like, Tom, have you ever smelled orange blossoms?
Yeah.
They are very, very strong. They're very strong. Matter of fact, they aggravate my allergies when I smell them, but they smell so good. I keep inhaling it, but yeah, but that's
your own worst enemy there.
I what?
Own worst enemy there.
I know. It's horrible. It drives my allergies nuts, but the smell is wonderful. As opposed to marigolds, which I can't stand, and they make me sneeze and they smell horrible. Same thing, but orange blossoms they smell amazing.
I have that problem with hops number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gunpowder. It's gun cleaner stuff. I can't help it.
It's like, ooh, yeah, that's Professor X. He thanks you for the tribute of a new kitty bed, which he loves it. He sits up here even when I'm not on the computer now, But yeah, the thing with Flagler is that settlers were moving back north, and his fruit shipping business dwindled because of that freeze. And recognizing the obvious financial opportunities, and gave in. He agreed to lay 60 miles of track to Miami from his railroad's end in Palm Beach. And Julia convinced neighbors William and Mary Brickell to also throw acreage at Flagler. The deal didn't come cheap. The railroad man agreed to build a large hotel and lay the foundations of a city on either side of the Miami River in exchange for splitting the rest of her 640 acres. The first train entered Miami on April 13th, 1896, within a month after its arrival, with a mail coach, baggage car, day coaches, and a chair car. Miami had its first newspaper, the Miami Metropolis. I wonder if that turned into the Miami. I keep calling it the Miami Scarrold, but it's the Miami Herald. Yeah, just like the New York Slimes instead of the New.
I call it a fish wrapper.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Digital fish wrap. And the Bank of Bay Biscayne up and running. Miami was officially incorporated as a city and a pool hall meeting days later. Its first laundry.
That just fits.
Doesn't it? City meeting in a pool hall. I could just smell the cigars right now.
Stay classy, Florida.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yep, we're gonna form our city in a pool hall. And it had its first laundry, first bakery, like Nita was talking about. First dairy were reportedly started by Mrs. Tuttle. That's a really nice statue of her right there. So, yep. Henry Flagler's Royal Palm Hotel, when it opened in January 1897, became a popular resort for Gilded Age blue bloods, including Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, and the Vanderbilt family. Interestingly enough, the family featured in the drama The Gilded Age are supposedly based off of the Vanderbilts. So, yeah. In Miami, that was like the thing, to take the train from New York or Philadelphia to Miami, and you would like board the train. I don't know what my grandfather say. It's like you board the train like around 4 or 5 o'clock in Philadelphia or New York, and then by like the same time the next day you were in Miami. And it was like a luxury. Well, okay, if you were staying in your own sleeping car, it was a luxury. But yeah, but if you were, in cattle class with the, seats all next to each other, but still it was like a luxury experience. Miami was like a playground for the very rich, and
still is.
Yeah, still is. Yeah. Even more so. It's the Instagram, city. And Palm Beach is pretty much like, yeah, we're not going down there. We're not going there. That's why we have this, this nice waterway between us and West Palm for the most part. But Miami was founded by pool hustlers. Now the city was incorporated in the pool hall. Founded by investors, but there wasn't a city building that was built. So it's kind of like not exactly the same, but we'll say in the same spirit.
Kind of redneckish.
Yeah. I mean, the United States Marine Corps was not founded in like a military building. It was founded, I think, at a tavern. I forget which one in Philadelphia. You kind of had to use the facilities you had to do it with. But yeah, founded by pool hustlers, now run by drug dealers. Man, the 80s were something else, man. I'd asked my mom when I was a kid, I was like, can we move to Miami? She said, absolutely not. We have relatives who lived in Miami. She didn't want to go down there. She's like, no. But Julia Tuttle, one of the golden age founders of the city of Miami. We'll have to talk about William and Mary Brickell next time, so you guys can put all the pieces together. So you can pretty much say, if it wasn't for Standard Oil, Florida probably would not have become.
It'd be different.
Yeah,
a lot different.
Yeah, because folks were not really. It was an opportunity to invest in, but
I just want to think back and be back one of those people when they were like, okay, we built these houses up north and they have basements. Let's try this down here. Surprise.
Yeah, it's like, we learned the hard way. We're not gonna, don't want to do that. Or did they have some Floridians like, I don't think you want to do that.
They're probably talking to some poor Native American going, no, don't do that. Just don't go that far.
Don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Nita, my allergies are so bad. Uh, that doesn't work. I literally have to have nasal spray and the strongest dosage of Allegra, at least to start. My allergies are really bad. They're really bad. If it's not pollen, it's mold. If I go into an old house and there's mold, it's like a vampire trying to enter a church. No, it's not.
You know what? That's like Linda gets that way too. We were looking at a house with a friend one time, and it was cleaned up nice. And my buddy Curdy was shopping for houses, and we walked in this house, and Linda just stopped, and she's like, "I gotta leave. There's mold in here." And we're all looking at her. So he had a mold test done. Sure as crap, they had to pull the house off the market. It was bad. They were trying to mask it.
Yeah.
She's chiming in chat now.
That was that was like my grandmother's house in Jacksonville. It's like I walked into that, it was like old, like my grandfather had it built with, like, he bought it and he had the when he was in the army. So he got like a VA loan or something like that. But anyway, I walked on that house and I was wheezing. I couldn't breathe. I'm telling my mother, I'm like, I feel really sick. I can't stay in this house. And she's like, what's going on? I went to one of the curtains. I pulled it back and it was nothing but sheets of black mold on it. Yeah. It's like you can smell it as soon as you walk in. It's just that black mold is no joke. So between mold, ragweed, Dustin Nander. Although I'm not allergic to my own cat because my cats are used to being brushed since they were kittens. They know what the brush is.
You're pretty good when you're around my dogs.
Yeah, I didn't have any reaction to it at all. Dogs, I usually don't. It's usually cats if people do not,
Keep them clean.
Keep like the hair, vacuumed up. But like pet stores, I can't stay in them very long. Like if I go into PetSmart,
I'm not allergic and I get that way.
I'm just like, I don't know what y'all got in here, but I can't do it. It's the worst. Yeah, he's waiting for me to. He knows I'm wrapping up, so he'll wait for me to like sit down. I'm like,
he's like, you don't have that water bottle, right?
Yeah. I did that on the stream where he was like trying to bite me, and I picked up you saw that, and he was like, "Okay, I'm out." Yeah, I only do it once. Yeah, I have to change. Yeah, I have to change the air filters. It's something else. Being allergic here in Florida, but to wrap things up, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for supporting this show. I hope you had some fun laughing and learning and remembering not to throw
this was fun.
Flip-flops at a gator.
I want to throw two things at a gator to see what would happen. I want to throw a crusty sock that like somebody's been wearing all day, and an old lady's flip-flop, and see which one it picks.
It might go for the sock.
That's all. I'm just wondering. It's just the way. It's demented, but it's scientific in a way.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at the British lady calling it a slider.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to share that video real quick?
Yes, I do. Let me get it up here and show you. So this is the type of stuff we find like out in the wild. And this is courtesy of Tom right here.
This is Yeah, just click watch again there. There you go. So you see, we're sitting at the red light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Light turns green. I go. First
Uh-huh.
one. Second one. Welcome to Florida, y'all.
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
That 2 right in a row. And they just kept going like it was nothing.
My favorite is when people cannot complete a turn in their own lane and they drift off
Oh, yeah.
into my lane and I have to lay on the horn. It's like, pay attention, Dad. But yeah, when you are in Florida driving, you have to it's GTA every day.
And it's
Or Mario
green.
Kart.
We don't take off fast.
No.
He goes through it, and we're like, okay, that's a good, what, 2 seconds at least? Right over the curb.
Minivan?
Yeah, it was a minivan. He hit the curb.
Can't.
So this is filmed for my dash cam, people. So yes, that was me driving.
This place is crazy. Yeah.
And that was Altamont Springs.
I believe it.
So Orlando area, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that, and then where I live that has these really nice long shade tree lined, streets. People are driving like they stole their car. And it's crazy.
I'm going to try to get you more dash cam videos of crazy stuff. So we can do a little thing on Welcome to Florida's driving tourist season.
Mm-hmm. I think that sounds like a good idea. That's a good idea. I mean, it's like I'm sometimes I'm scared to put like live streams on when I'm driving because I'm yelling at every freaking body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yep. More through. I know, Linda. I just shared our video.
Bouncing over curbs, going through red lights, sitting in the left lane and doing 30 miles per hour, like,
and then
they're
flipping
supposed
you
to
off
say
like
it.
you're the effing problem.
Yeah, like you're the idiot. Then you got the people who are going in and out of oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. Well, what's definitely not nuts is how many of you have been supporting the show. So thank you so very much for being here. You're watching this on the replay. Let us know in the comments what you thought about the show, especially the lady throwing her shoe at the at the gator.
Personally, I think she needs better aim because she missed with both.
Yeah. See, I should have known she wasn't a true Abuelita because a real one would have hit
that gator would have been like,
down.
Oh, what the hell was that?
I'm getting out of here. So, Tom, what do you have going on and where can folks find you?
Well, they can find me on your channel, Modding for Pro, Modding for Culture, modding for Ron's channel, Follow Bradley's Fun. And I had a couple of live streams with some rocket launches. You caught one of them. That was fun.
I did.
Cloud cover kind of worked. But hopefully I'll be doing more of those and plan to do a couple more things. And I still got to pick your brain on some stuff because, yeah, I'm ready to smash a gimbal when it doesn't want to behave for me. And I think it's just me.
We'll work through that. I've had my gimbal just say, I hate you all and die.
I almost sent it back. The first day I got it, I almost sent it back. I was playing with it and it started messing up and then it was like really screwing up. And Linda's like, don't smash it. Don't smash it. Don't smash it. I was having one of those IT smash it or fix it moments.
Well, folks, yeah, definitely please do go and check out Tom's channel. Awesome launches and stuff like that. You got to check it out. let's see. As for myself, let's see, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Monday. So of course, 10 o'clock, I'll be live streaming, 10 a.m. Love and Deep Space Combat gameplay. You'll be seeing that over on Gaming with the Queen. And then tomorrow, I think around between 7 to 7:30, I haven't decided what time yet, I will be streaming live from over at the Magic Kingdom. Gonna have fun doing walk-ons of attractions. I'm not used to that happening at the Magic Kingdom when we can just literally walk on stuff. You know, where they advertise a 25-minute wait at the Haunted Mansion, and it's actually 10 minutes
Or
for
it's
us to
13
get in.
minutes.
Yeah,
wait,
13 minute wait. So yeah,
30
just
seconds.
going there, checking that out, seeing if they've got the Halloween merchandise out there, and just having a good time. And I'll have to decide where we're going to see the fireworks from. It's not going to be in the park. That much I know. Sorry, people are
Oh, come on.
insane trying to get out the darn park. It's like too many freaking people. Well, one of the best views, of course, is blocked by the wall, so you can't see the fireworks view
Oh, yeah.
from over in Frontierland
Nope.
over on Rivers of America. So they have that blocked off. The Magic Kingdom feels claustrophobic now. Can you not?
That one hotel you go to, the resort. That was a good view. You did it live from there.
Contemporary.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
good one.
That's like the best one to go in and see it at. You can see it from the Grand Floridian outside Gasparilla, which is nice. There's lots of places to kind of like sit and everything, but the best like vantage point is definitely over at the Contemporary. So we'll probably go over there because that's usually where I like to go, do the fireworks, and then after the stream is over, I'll go down the Contempo Cafe and get like a burger or pizza or
Nice.
something like that. That food's actually good. So, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I sure do appreciate it. Know you have a choice in what you're watching on YouTube, so we're so glad you got to spend the time with us. Please do make sure that you heart the stream over there on X. Make sure you like this live stream over on YouTube. Thanks so much for being here, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.